Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's up, guys?
We're back. So,
We'll give you 3 guesses about what this show is going to be about.
right. And you can choose which timeline we're talking about. No, okay, so here we go. Spoilers, if you don't want to be spoiled on Avengers Endgame, do not watch this podcast. I won't be offended. All right? Ready? We're going to spoil it now because I saw it already today. All right. Whew. Well, I learned something today, Chris. I learned I have a mutant power to hold my urine in for 3 hours and 2 minutes.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, my God. Jesus. All right. So,
I'll tell you what. You know what happened to me? I had just gotten off work on Thursday. I was driving to the theater.
right.
And I have about an hour commute from where I live to where I
God.
work. So I'm driving, and the traffic wasn't that bad. I was like, oh, this is nice. This is beautiful. Until I got close to the theater, and then it got, like, ridiculous. And that's when the New Yorker in me started coming out.
Oh,
Because and I don't usually get, like road rage, but this is Endgame, so I'm like, I got to get to the theater on time. So I'm sitting there like, what color green are you waiting for? Come on, you know. Like,
Yeah.
So I finally get to the theater. My friend texts me. He's like, dude, the line is out the fucking door. And I'm like, oh, great. Now, I already have my ticket. I go to look at the line because I wanted to get something to drink. That line is, like, out the other door. So it was like, you know what? I'm going to do this without drinking anything.
Yeah.
I was like, let's go. I went in. I had nothing to drink. And
Me too. Me too. I didn't have anything to drink. And then after I got it, I was like, oh, my God. You know, like, all right. So here's the thing. I didn't get to see it because, like I said, way in advance, I said I wasn't going to be able to see it Friday, Saturday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm working on a new book. The book is done. I'm doing all kinds of things in the background that has taken me away from YouTube, really, mostly with podcasts and everything. So once I saw Avengers now we're back to podcasts. Someone did put spoilers on my channel.
Of course.
Which I have to address. That as much as I try to avoid every single thing, the fact that I unblocked somebody and they commented on a comic book review to be a real you-know-what, I saw something and I just discarded it from my mind because I'm like, trying to hope that that's not the case. Yeah. Didn't ruin my enjoyment at all. Okay, the only thing I saw glanced was Black Widow, whatever. So but I'm going to tell you that Louis, you are banned forever, ever and ever and ever from ever being on this show. Period. Ever. That said, let's get back to Avengers. I thought it was excellent. I love the movie, and I'm a time travel nut, right?
Yep.
But when I got out, I'm trying to talk to my son, Joe, and I'm like, but if they establish these rules, how is this? How is that? How is this? How is that? I came home and I'm like writing diagrams. All right, so let's just, maybe you could help me with this, Chris, right? The rules of their time travel is that they were going to go in the past, take out the 6 gems, right? According to the ancient one, they had to put them back, right?
At the exact moment that they were taken.
So it wouldn't disrupt the flow of anything, correct?
Yep.
Because if it disrupted the flow, she was going to have a problem that she would have had to fix. It would have been a mess, and maybe she couldn't have fixed it.
They implied that everybody...
What?
They implied that everybody would have a problem.
Everybody would have a problem. Okay, so here's the thing.
Bad thing.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing that I don't think anybody is realizing, okay? We did hear that the Russos wanted to do Secret Wars. Now, the way this plays into it, Secret Wars is all a bunch of different universes fighting each other because something occurs that makes it where they're collapsing in on each other. And there can only be one universe that survives. The new Secret Wars I'm talking about. So they battle each universe to see which is the universe that survive. Ultimately, it's more than that. But because of something was offset the balance, the universes are collapsing. Okay, so they're battling their other selves, basic whatever. I'm not saying that that's what the end game is, but it's like a 50% possibility. Okay, but let's just put that to the side. So knowing what the rules were established by the Ancient One, all 6 gems must be put back in their place when they're taking out. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that people are adding wrong. And they're like, what? 6 gems? 6 gems are back. No. There was a failed attempt. Loki zapped out with the Tesseract, set everything out of balance with the universes, where there's going to be a wavelength, a thing that's going to upset the cosmic balance, and all the universes are going to be affected because of one universe. Okay? So that is not meant to happen. So it's not like, oh, we get to do a do-over. Let's go to the 40s now and try to get it to Tesseract or whatever. No. That Loki thing is, she said it as clear. You cannot change what she said. All 6 gems have to be put back. 1 gem was not. So there will be a problem. Just going to say that. But going forward, I loved everything about the movie. The time travel thing got me where I was scratching my head because I'm like, this can't be possible. And then if you're going by their rules, okay, everything lines up but the Captain America thing. Now, we predicted that already. That, I mean, we said this way before Avengers Endgame was, oh, he's going to go back with Peggy Carter. I've said that. I think other people have said it. I'm like, oh, that's what they're going to do. That's what they're going to do. Didn't realize we predicted it. But when you go back, you cannot change the past. You can create a new timeline. But if he creates a new timeline just because he's there every single day for 60, 70, 80 years, a whole new timeline's created. There's no way he could avoid creating a new timeline. So he didn't come back. He just existed in this universe. That's not our Captain America, though, technically. Because when you go back, you can't, like, it can't happen like that. It's not, there's no way Captain America is going to sit by watching millions of people die just to protect the timeline. He's not going to, he's Captain America. He's not, if people are going to die in front of his face, Hydra, all this stuff, he's not going to just let it go. So I don't know how that's going to be explained, but my thing technically, and I'm going to let you talk, Chris, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay.
Technically, because Thanos destroyed the stones, right? Technically, I believe the Black Widow is free. Even though she died in the past, but in the present, well, in the past, he destroyed the stones, all of them, he said. So technically, whatever was in the soul thing is gone. They're back alive again, I think. I'm just going to say the movie was excellent. I'm still trying to wrap my head around the time travel thing. But other than that, I had a great time. It was excellent. You know, I kept scratching my head about the past Thanos, with everybody coming to the future, dying, and then them not being. When he snapped the fingers, I'm like, well, didn't he just zap them back to the past? Or did they just die? I guess they just died. So I don't know. It's a movie that I absolutely love. It's excellent, but I'm confused as hell. Don't know what the hell's going on. But I'm going to have to watch it a couple more times. What do you think, Chris?
No, yeah. I really liked it too. There were 2 things about it though that I was a little on.
Right.
Not that I didn't like them, but I did. Right. I agree with you. I feel like there's something wrong with this time travel plot.
Yes.
I just don't know what it is yet. Like, something is just not making logical sense here. Like, I don't know if it's the fact that Thanos technically died before he could do anything with the stones.
Right.
And that kind of cancels out the reason for why they went back in time in the first place.
Correct.
The key to all of this is in the lines that Professor Hulk says to War Machine, where he's explaining because that whole scene was basically to explain the rules of time travel in the MCU.
Well, he thought he knew the rules until he met the Ancient One. Until he met the Ancient One.
But though I think those are still pretty much the solid rules that we're supposed to go off of, at least at this moment. Do I think that there are going to be issues with this, like, not like issues with the movie, but like future plot points because of this time travel plot? Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that Doctor Strange 2 is going to dive into that. Like, he's going to see this and go, oh boy, they fucked up royally. Like, you know, like this is a major problem. Because really, when you think about it, Cap going back and staying there, while it's a nice ending to his character, I just foresee Doctor Strange being like, yeah, no, you can't do that.
Right.
Like, that's not, it's all sentimental and stuff, but no, that's not happening.
Correct. But, and again, he would not be, okay, if Steve Rogers would not watch people die without jumping in as Captain America.
I think what they're trying to get at least from what I took from it, is that he knows his younger self is there doing what he has to do. So there's no reason for him to get involved because there's already a Captain America there.
Well, he's frozen for. If he went to the past and he's with her in the 40s, if shit's going on, he's going to be Captain America. 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s.
No, I don't think he was. I think he knew that he couldn't. That things had to play out.
How could he just watch it happen, though?
Because he knows that this is what has to happen before. Because if he gets involved beforehand, then he really changes the timeline.
But the whole timeline's definitely changed because he can't leave the house without interacting with people.
Right. So I honestly think that
he's interacting with people.
Yeah, but that's his different version. That's his younger self. That's before he did this. You got to remember, they caught him up to everything that happened when he came out of the ice. So he knows the history of what happened, and he didn't change it because he knows if he does, he has no idea what that would do to the future.
But he did change it because he's not supposed to be.
So he probably was just with Peggy the whole time.
But he's not supposed to be there. So they know.
I know, but what I'm saying.
Yeah. Listen, just by him being there is going to prevent him from, because the whole thing is she was upset and she obviously implemented stuff with Nick Fury to find him, like, and thaw him out.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But you're getting confused because think about it. If he goes back, right, and he starts interacting in world events, that completely changes everything to the point where now they're gonna find him in the ice, and now there's gonna be two Captain Americas getting involved in things. So but this one did not get involved in anything because he knew that his younger self would get involved in the future. So there was no reason.
He just ignored everything.
He had to.
Right.
He had to. It's confusing. I agree, but
So in other words, the thing. But see, this also goes against the Ancient Ones and the Hulk's Professor Hulk's time travel thing, because they said you can't change the past.
No. They said that you have to put the stones back.
Right.
They can't be gone. They only talked about the stones, those two.
Okay.
Everything that they talked about was around the Infinity Stones. And then at the end, this is actually a very well thought out thing, because the old Captain America says, well, after I put the stones back, that means he did what he had to do first, then he went to go see Peggy. So what they're trying to say is, yeah, the stones that they used are back, and Mjolnir is back. Everything is okay on that part.
Right.
But what's not okay is the fact that Loki has the Tesseract now.
Correct.
And he's fucking things up like crazy.
Right, so in other words, he put back 6 gems, but you would have to do it 7 times because they screwed up once. So in other words...
They would have to find that Tesseract and take it from Loki and put it back there in order for everything
he would need an extra vial to do that, like another vial to do that. Because,
yeah.
Right. So now that Loki, that's another timeline, correct?
I think that's the Loki that's going to get a show.
I know that, but how do they explain that he still gets arrested in New York and goes back for Thor 2, whatever? How are they going to do
I guess that now is a separate timeline where that didn't happen.
Yeah, but
that's a branch off of the timeline.
I know, but she was very specific, and she said they all have to go back. So here's my reasoning. You can tell me I'm wrong. Right away, she thought she screwed up something, because when she heard that Doctor Strange gave it willingly, she thought she screwed up. So what's going to happen, I think, is she's going to look. Everybody's human, because she's human too, regardless of she's being around for thousands of years, right? She's going to want to know how she screwed up. And she's going to come to the conclusion that Loki thing, that happened, it's not fixed. Everybody's going to think she died in Doctor Strange. She's probably not going to be dead now. She probably altered her death to try to deal with this situation. Because the only person that really can handle this divergence and fixing everything is like somebody on the caliber of Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to say that the Ancient One is no longer dead. Not that we ever thought she was. It appeared that she died. But I'm going to think, no, she's not dead now, because right seconds before that, she probably came to the conclusion, I need to fix this. Unless Doctor Strange does it.
I think Doctor Strange would probably do it, to be honest, because I think at this point they really need to build up these newer Avengers. So I really think that we're going to start seeing less and less of these like older characters.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be the one to do it, if that's the route they choose to go.
Yeah. I think the Russos backed themselves into a corner with this. And the ultimate thing that paradoxed everything was, and I'm wondering if they'll ever talk about this, was the fact that there is no way they were ever going to prevent the birth of Morgan Stark by having a time travel theory of altering stuff. Because that would have been devastating. Because he almost didn't want to do it if it would have meant him losing his daughter from existence.
Right.
Because he was, by the way, brushed it off. But the moment they thought, okay, she's not going to be erased, he was on board with it. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't really say that, but I'm pretty damn sure the Russos were like, wait a minute, we can't do this. That's worse than anything.
Well, they did say that in the movie.
Oh, they did say it?
They did. There was a part where actually they said it twice. Once when Cap and Stark are talking outside after he drives up in his car, he's like, nothing in the past 5 years can be altered.
Yes, that's right.
Cap is
that's right.
yeah. And then when the Hulk has the gauntlet on, I don't remember who it was, but somebody says, remember, you're bringing the people that died to this moment. We're not changing anything from the past 5 years. And he goes, got it. And
because he doesn't want all because of his daughter. He don't want anything prevented with that. But here is the problem with that. If half the universe was zapped out of existence, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people aged 5 years. Now, people are zapped back in. And they haven't aged a day. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What kind of chaos is that going to be? That you had people that were suffering, maybe they lost a wife, maybe a wife lost a husband, now they moved on. Now everybody snapped back. You're talking people moving, you're talking houses, you're talking this. Now, students, you mean to tell me that Peter Parker's whole entire school was zapped out? So that way there's no error with the students and the teachers. It wasn't just like half the students and half the teachers. The whole entire school and the whole entire students and teachers and alumni and everybody was the ones that faded to make it make sense for Far From Home. Because then their students would be 5 years older.
Right, right.
But how is that fair when everything's supposed to be split in half? But then you change the rules just to fit a plot line for Spider-Man. So what I'm thinking is the whole entire school, teachers, everybody, faded.
Well, here's the thing about that, though. I remember them saying that his friend Ned survived. Because there was a list of people that they said survived the decimation event. I know that Aunt May was on that list.
But how is that possible, though? How is that possible?
And I remember them saying that Ned survived. So technically, he shouldn't even be in high school anymore. When you think about it, he should probably be like going to college at this point.
Correct.
So, unless they lied, because I remember they also said that Shuri survived and she was dead.
Yeah, no, I think they lied.
So
I think they lied.
That just seems like a weird thing to lie about. Like someone's like, "Hey, did Ned survive?" Oh yeah, sure.
This kind of reminds me of the Truth Monks, the Lie of the Land, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah.
6 months, the whole universe was, the whole Earth was imprisoned by this race, and different things happened, lives were changed, but then after it was over, people went back to normal, like nothing was changed, but yet things were. I mean, we talked about this.
Right.
People had babies, people had this. How do you just, like it never happened, like it, not part of recorded history? What are you talking about? Like that's
the psychological issues that people would have alone would be really bad.
Right, people would probably go insane.
Oh yeah, because they'd be like, "Hey, I was dead for 5 years," like literally. Like,
right. Either the people that got zapped would go insane, or the people that lost them would go insane.
Right.
What if, like, look what Hawkeye did. He started chopping everybody up.
Oh, he went off the wall. Yeah.
He could have just put a hockey mask on and started killing everybody. But he
could have been Jason.
He basically was Jason without a hockey mask, but he was only killing criminals.
Yeah, we were just lucky that he was able to aim that rage at people that weren't that nice.
He just killed bad guys. Like, everyone. When they were talking about him, it was like a goddamn horror movie.
Yeah.
And she's like, she wanted to get involved, but it was like, oh my, he is
the way War Machine described what he did to that cartel. He didn't just kill them. He apparently slaughtered them.
It was like chopping up cold cuts.
Yeah.
Their bodies. Like, he literally lost his goddamn mind.
Right.
So now, just think about this for a second. He lost his goddamn mind, right? And now, you snap your fingers. You already have done this for 5 years. You've killed thousands of people that are evil. You killed it. You ate a sandwich. You killed people. You went to the bathroom. You killed people. You watched TV. He kept killing people. Now, his family's back. He can't go back to normal. Like, how could you just go back to normal?
Maybe that's something they'll explain in the Hawkeye show. Maybe that'll be a plot point.
Because that is insane.
Yeah.
I don't want people to. Here's the thing, and I didn't want Joe to think. I absolutely thought the movie was excellent. I love it. Mm-hmm. It's one of my favorites. But I've been around for so long watching every time travel thing there is, and I paid attention to their rules.
Mm-hmm.
And they broke their own rules. So I'm like, what do you mean? And this is why, I mean, when I was questioning things, I didn't hate the movie. I didn't dislike it. I loved the movie to death. But I thought the movie was excellent, but I didn't know what the fuck was happening. Because I was like completely fucking confused with shit. Because in my head, it kept saying, Ancient One, you take the gems, you got to put them back. I was like, they didn't put them back.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, well, wait a minute. If they took Thanos from before he formed the Infinity Gauntlet, right? And the whole fucking Black Order and the whole goddamn army, and I'm like, wait a minute, right? And they just fucking killed them all before he formed anything. right?
Mm-hmm.
That would mean that there's a universe now that there was no Infinity War, and they're going about their lives normally.
Basically.
So, I mean, I don't know why people are afraid to talk that they created so many alternate universes, but they created so many alternate universes.
Well, you're not alone. One of my coworkers today, she saw it on Sunday, and she was really excited to talk about it. And even she was like, "I feel like there's something wrong with this.
Something's
like,
missing.
Something's
It's
not
like,
right." Like, yeah,
it's like the Doctor Who episode where Amy Pond's getting married. Nobody remembers the Doctor. She's got an empty book. She cries in the book. He appears. Everybody remembers him again. It's like something is missing.
I'll tell you what too. I'll tell you what too. This is not a slight against Endgame, but this is something that now is going to impact Far From Home.
Oh yeah.
Because if you're gonna try and sell me, this is just me personally.
Right.
If you're gonna try to tell me that in this story, all these people came back to life and everything just went back to normal,
There's no way.
You have to have some sort of repercussions for this many. This
There's
is
no
over
way.
3 billion people.
Right.
3 billion people came back, and they're going on a vacation to wherever they're going.
Right.
That just seems to, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because they're like, oh, it takes place minutes after Endgame. Well,
right.
What do you mean? Like,
right.
How long was Tony Stark's funeral after the battle?
Right.
It couldn't have been more than a couple of weeks, so everybody just went back to normal. But
you know what I don't understand too? When everything was snapped back, right?
Yeah.
They're looking out the window and the birds are chirping, the plants are lively, right?
Mm-hmm.
But things were dead. Like even plants were dead. Like so, in other words, like things got devastated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, how is like everything like people vanished, but we even know too that if that ever really happened in reality, right? There are people that are manning the nuclear reactors, right?
We would be fucked. The people
whole
that survived
would end.
Dead. Yeah,
like
basically.
So in other words, the people that were in the helicopter,
right,
that crashed into the building, they zapped out.
Mm-hmm.
But people died because the helicopters are crashing and everything, right?
So think about how many commercial airliners probably went down.
Right. So did the snap bring everybody back, even if like people were killed because of the snap?
Like they were collateral damage?
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works because they said everybody that was killed by Thanos, technically the people
like when Thanos and all his people come in there freaking wrecking the land like the goddamn earth is almost like a goddamn ash, right?
Right.
That's still there though, right?
I love that too, that battle was in upstate New York and it was like nobody knew what was going on.
I mean, I don't understand.
It almost looked like another planet. I mean, it looked like another planet, and I was thinking when I was walking out of the theater, I was like, "Wait, that base was in upstate New York." Like,
because I was so fucking like, when Gamora, when fucking Nebula shot Nebula in the past, I'm like, now what the fuck? Because I was like, wait a minute, right? Then the best is, right? Our Gamora is dead, right?
Yeah.
This is not our she's not our Gamora.
Nope.
She's from an alternate timeline. She's not ours. They created this, right? So why should he give a shit about? That's not his Gamora. Like this.
I don't think he knew that though in that moment.
But they're like, oh, this is the whole plot for Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Wait a minute. This doesn't make any fucking sense.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, though. I'm going to tell you what. I honestly think that you were onto something before with the whole Soul Stone thing. Because remember who the villain of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is supposed to be. It's supposed to be Adam Warlock. And we know Adam Warlock has ties to the Soul Stone, at least in the comics. So maybe this is all by design. This could be a way Adam Warlock has some sort of tie to the Soul Stone. And he brings the old Gamora back, or something with Black Widow.
Now
I don't know.
Now here's the thing: we do know in the comics was Infinity War. It was Infinity Gauntlet.
Mm-hmm.
It was Infinity War, which Infinity War is completely different in the comics from this.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Infinity War had to do with Adam Warlock, and in the future, Adam Warlock's evil, which is the Magus, and the Magus, right, was trying to take the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay? So he was battling his future self. And Thanos is in the picture. Everybody's in the picture again, Nebula, everybody. The third one was called Infinity Crusade. And another version of Adam Warlock was the Goddess. And the Goddess had to do with the religion, and she made doppelgangers of everybody, and was again with the Infinity Gauntlet. Okay? So those three of them. If you're going to create Adam Warlock, you're creating the Magus. I mean, this is going to lead into the 31st century. Magus is from the 31st century. Okay? And then there was Guardians in the 31st century. Just like there was a Ghost Rider in the 31st century. There was a Universal Church of Truth, all that stuff. But the whole point is, if you're going to have a Guardians of the Galaxy by James Gunn, then we need the Gamora of James Gunn, 1 and 2. Why is this one here, though? Why didn't they bring her back to the past? Like, she's not part of this. Like, she doesn't belong here.
Well, really, when you think about it, right? I don't know if Stark knew that she switched sides. You know, after she helped Clint get the gauntlet out of there. So really, when he snapped, she should technically have died because he probably thought she was still one of Thanos' soldiers.
That was another thing I was thinking. How would he know who was good, who was bad? If he snapped the fingers, all Thanos' people gone, right?
Because I don't remember him seeing her helping them on the battlefield.
Right. So, like, he would only know in his head Nebula is the good guy.
Right.
Good girl. She's bad. Like, he wouldn't know, right? So, how, like, in his brain, he's like, Thanos and all people that are evil with him, they're gone.
Right.
Right. Or not even saying all the people. Thanos and all Thanos' people. Like, is it very specific when he snaps his fingers? Because, like, how would it determine that? She obviously didn't fade out, though. So
the only thing I can think of is maybe the Mind Stone can tell, and it regulates the other stone.
See, now you're getting into a whole, like, another animal.
Oh, yeah, no, you're
like,
right.
I mean, this is... My theory is... Now, here's another thing, though, too. Why would he destroy the stones after he won?
He said it was because he had to avoid temptation.
So he destroyed the stone. So the moment you destroyed the soul stone, whoever's in the soul world is out.
Potentially.
Red Skull, out. Well, he's not. He's the keeper of the thing, but...
That's something I wanted to talk about, though. That was my other thing, and this was my major, not a major problem, but it's definitely something I noticed that kind of detracted from the movie a little bit for me.
Right.
I felt like Thanos in this movie was far, far, far less of a character than he was.
Oh, definitely. He was like,
now,
suck Thanos.
I know Infinity War was his movie. I know Infinity War was his movie.
Right.
He was really bad. Like,
listen, let me tell you something.
I was watching this, and I got the...
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's a delay. That's what's going on. I was watching it, and I got that same feeling that I got when I was watching Black Panther and Killmonger kind of like... I've said it many times. There's a point in that movie where Killmonger became very generic to me.
Right.
That's what happened to Thanos in this movie for me. Because I was sitting there, and I was like, wait a second. He saw his daughter in the world of Soul, or wherever that was. Why would he destroy that stone?
Well, you know what I thought, too, because I was really dissecting it in my head. I'm like, okay, so you're Thanos. You just watched your whole thing you did through Nebula's eyes. Mm-hmm. You saw, you killed the Vision, you killed, like, well, I mean, he would have seen most of this stuff, right? And wouldn't you, it doesn't matter because he knows he died, right? So I got the impression that this Thanos was scared of that happening. Even though he said it's destiny, that's bullshit. Because he went into there not really knowing what the fuck to do. Because it's like, I don't know what I'm doing here because I got to get the thing because they're altering the past. They're taking away my victory. But now I got to go into the future and fight these people that I guess I kicked their ass and everything. But he was not the confident Thanos that we saw in Infinity War. He was like hesitant, like emotions took over. He wasn't developed like he evolved into that point. He saw the future. He didn't like it because he saw that they killed him. And that they're going to win.
I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. And
I don't think, regardless you think of destiny and shit like that, and even if he believed his own bullshit, he even said, I was fucking wrong. Because no matter what, you people just couldn't let me keep the fucking victory, basically. So I should just fucking leave everybody where I kill everything and create a whole new universe, period. Because everybody fucking sucks.
That's the thing, though. Like, when you really think about it, right? Had he waited and let things play out the way it did in Infinity War, except now he knows, A, I succeed, and B, they kill me. What he should have done was just waited, let everything play out the way it did in Infinity War, with the difference being he kills all the Avengers.
Right.
Then he does what he does, and then he goes to the planet, destroys the stones, and then there's nobody to stop him.
Right, he don't have to destroy the whole fucking universe. Just all the people that were friggin' screwing with it.
So he could have been like, oh, okay, so this guy survives, they try to stop me, okay, well, I'll just make sure to kill them.
And if he saw him get the gems, and if he saw all this shit, right, then he would know who the Scarlet Witch is. Because he got the fucking gem from Vision.
Unless he didn't watch all of it.
I mean, but still, like, he did watch most of it. So, like, he's going in there. You know what it's like? He went, he took a leap of faith. He couldn't have time to calculate. He couldn't have time to plan. It was a last-second decision. He's leaping at this shit into the wind, not knowing what the fuck's going to happen because he knows that he pissed these people off. He won, and they're undoing his shit. Everybody, let's just go. That's the way it was. Yeah. There was no plan. There was no shit. We're going. We're going. And you notice how he called his fucking people the moment shit started, like he was fucking panicking? Like, oh, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? Who's this? You know, because that's
this was like a less experienced Thanos.
Right. It was, though.
My thing is, though, is like he wasn't much younger than he was in Infinity War.
Right. But
like a couple years. So how much did he learn in those few years? I mean,
and I'm not, again, please don't, I don't want the audience to misunderstand what I'm thinking. It's an excellent movie, right? It was excellent. But I have buts, though. You're going to have buts and not taken away from the movie, but I wish we would have had the Thanos from Infinity War. Because that shit was a challenge.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. That shit, he just fucking leveled people. And even if they still defeated him, the victory would have been better, right? And you know, you had to do the fucking scene. And it's like, oh, all the fucking females are there. Look, shit. Future movie. It's like, some of this stuff happened. I'm like, why? You don't need to do that.
That was another thing I wanted to talk about. Let's talk about the complete lack of Captain Marvel in this movie.
Right.
Because I totally believe that rumor now that they did not want her in this movie.
Correct.
Totally.
Correct. I honestly believe all this shit, talking shit, I'm telling you, the Avengers, the actors, the actresses didn't like that shit. And we see shit popping up. We see Jeremy Renner, right? All these people, she's snubbing people. They don't want to deal with her, right? She just smelled her own crap and maybe she sprayed Febreze on it. I don't know. But she was like this much in the movie. Okay? This much. The leader was the Black Widow. Okay?
Oh yeah.
The
Definitely.
Wasp, right there. Scarlet Witch, right there. Yeah, you had your little moment. Fuck you, basically, because basically this is the girls here, right here. That's it. You had your little moment. You know, you're strong. You really are. She's strong, but she's not smart like Captain America and Tony Stark. You know what I'm saying?
You know who she's like? You know, really, this is gonna sound like a weird comparison, but I have a point to it. She's kind of like Palpatine. She's so strong that she gets so overconfident that she thinks nobody can beat her.
Right.
And then something happens, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
Like
She gets fucking ass kicked.
When he pulled the Power Stone off the gauntlet and he put it in his other hand and he knocked her ass out.
Yeah.
I was first of all, I almost stood up and applauded when that happened. But when he did that, I was like, "There it is. There's the problem. She doesn't think anybody can beat her, and then she gets catastrophically defeated."
But you know what the funny thing was? I think the dialogue that the Russos gave her was like what she actually believes. And they're like, but it was like an inside joke. Because when she's talking to Avengers, right? She's like, now you got me.
Yeah.
And they're like, who the fuck are you, basically, right? But like, but that was like a joke for them. Because she's not all she's powerful, but she's not the fucking, she wasn't the reason they formed the Avengers. Even though they shoehorned that in the movie, that Carol Avengers Danvers, that was bullshit. They got it from Captain America, and they made the whole goddamn, I mean, yes, Tony Stark, Iron Man was the first thing, but like they got the whole fucking thing, Captain America and all that shit, and he's First Avenger and all that shit. First Avenger was way before fucking her in the 90s. So I'm just telling you, like, that shit I think backfired on them.
Honestly, do you know what that thing on her plane should have said? I had this epiphany a couple of days ago when I was watching a review of Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
It should have said Carol the Marvel Danvers.
Yeah. Right.
Because she was a captain. So there's your Captain Marvel.
Right. Yeah. Could have did that.
But, you know, anyway,
anyway, this other thing about him dying, like Tony Stark, right? This wasn't a surprise to us. Because Sony leaked this shit a while ago, and then they tried to fucking cover that shit up, right? They basically said that Peter Parker's upset, and because Tony Stark dies, and he fucking goes with his Peter want to be Spider-Man. We knew this, though. We knew this, right? So when he died, I wasn't friggin' surprised, right? I am surprised, though, if they make it that he can't come back. Because I kind of got the inkling that, like, he's like, I'm Iron Man and everything, that even with the comics, he kind of found a way to cheat death, you know, in the comics. And being that he has a daughter, I would think he would want to be with his daughter. Like, he would find a way. Like,
there was something strange that I might be looking too deeply.
You're talking about the after credits where they were banging the hammer, making his armor.
No. Oh. If you watch that scene where they're all watching the hologram of Stark, coming from the Iron Man helmet, if you look at it again, there's a part of it where the hologram looks right at Morgan.
Yes.
Like it knew where she was sitting.
Yes.
And I remember sitting there going, how would he have known to program it like that? Unless
he's in there.
Unless he's in there. This is like a far more advanced program than we know.
His consciousness is in there. Just like in the comics.
Yeah. Because it looked right at her. And I remember the first time, because I've seen the movie twice now. I remember it looked right at her and I was huh.
Yeah. The whole point
that's
is that
weird.
That in the event, his end game would be in the event he dies, his consciousness is going to go into the computer system. So his body is gone, but his consciousness is going to be uploaded in the system. And that's just like when Captain Marvel basically almost killed him in Civil War II. His consciousness was basically part, you know, and then when his body was whatever. I mean, it was just a little strange. It wasn't exactly that. He you know, they had a thing that was like him, and then it was weird. But anyway, not trying to say exactly how it happened in the comics, but technically he could be re-uploaded into the computer system. And it would be him without a body, but him, though. I mean, you got to think that something was going on when he rebuilt the reactor thing, and he didn't put it in his heart, though. It was outside, So I don't know. I think that the Black Widow is alive now because the Soul Stone's done. Like that thing is done. But here's another thing: if she said the gems had to exist, right? And if they were destroyed, wouldn't that F up the balance of the universe?
Well, the way she explained it, it would certainly seem like that, because she said, like, the Infinity Stones create what you know as the flow of time. So if they're destroyed, that's probably going to cause an issue.
Time's effed up, basically.
Yeah.
Which would explain all this.
And we also have to think about this, too. Doctor Strange used the Time Stone to trap Dormammu in a time loop.
Right.
He can't do that again.
Right.
So Dormammu could now be like, hey, guess what I'm doing today? Like.
Yeah, but what about now that so in other words, what about the Eye Agamotto? Does that work without the stone now?
It was the Time Stone. The eye was just a containment thing for the stone.
So it's not going to work then, right?
No. Now I know that Doctor Strange didn't leave him in a time loop. He told them to not come back.
Right.
But now if Dormammu.
Right.
Right. If Dormammu ever comes back, he can't use the Time Stone against him, which was the only thing that beat Dormammu.
Right.
So,
but he would have to beat him some other way, and all these things happening is going to upset the cosmic balance, where it's going to alert the attention of the other realms, like Nightmare's realm, which probably will lead into Doctor Strange, or Mephisto, or there's things that even Galactus, maybe Silver Surfer, all this stuff, and I'm having a feeling now, because when they were saying like, oh, there's only 2 smart people on the earth, right? That they were going to. They didn't even, my whole point now is they're definitely bringing the Fantastic Four in here. Like, beyond of a shadow of a doubt, because they need Reed Richards to be the brains of the whole Marvel Universe.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there's something that I wanted to point out that I think could potentially lead into 2 very interesting things. One of them being the Fantastic Four, the other one being Galactus, right?
Right.
Rocket Raccoon said that when Thanos first did the snap, there was a burst of cosmic energy unlike anything they'd ever seen before.
Right.
That took place on the Earth. Okay? That happened twice now. Because once with Thanos and once with Stark doing it, right?
That's the rocket that hits that energy, and they get the power.
Could that cosmic energy have caused the Fantastic Four? And could that cosmic energy attract Galactus to the Earth?
Absolutely.
That's what I think is going to happen.
Absolutely. And that cosmic energy may cause mutations, right? Possibly.
Mm-hmm. Potentially, yeah.
Where people are mutants.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know if they're going to go that route, but
I don't know about that either. But
I have a feeling. I think, honestly, this is going to be our origin for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah,
I really do.
I think definitely that's definitely it. There's a reason they threw that in there, though. There was.
Right, because they wanted you to be like, oh, that's how they track Thanos. And yes, that's what they did in this movie, because they said the same thing happened on the planet that he escaped.
No, that's how the Fantastic Four, that's where they got their powers, yeah. Just like Captain Marvel got the powers from one of the gems.
Exactly.
So that's exactly what's happening, yeah.
And that was just one Infinity Stone in a small explosion. We're talking about all 6 on a universal scale. Like, so this is...
will be, they'll tie it in with Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom will tie it in with, because he went the same place that Doctor Strange went, like in Tibet, whatever all the thing with the... They're going to tie it in with Doctor Doom, Fantastic Four, and something else. Because if there's 6 energy things, they're gonna do something like that, definitely. Without a doubt.
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
Without a doubt.
And there was one other thing, too. It was like, we know that Scarlet Witch is getting a show, WandaVision. They have to explain now how Vision comes back.
Well, the thing is, just like in the comics, somehow they're gonna rebuild him
Yeah.
without the gem, really. But I want to know how Captain America, who rebuilt Captain America's shield,
Yeah, right?
because you can't alter the timeline, but you alter the timeline because hey man, I'm from the future. Can you fix this shield? Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah.
Maybe he mailed it to Wakanda, and they were like,
There's
"What the hell?"
but no, he can't afford. He can't
No,
alter
he
the
can't.
time.
He
Right.
can't do that.
So like he can't even go to Stark in the past and say, "Hey, can you fix this?" Or did they make a couple of them? Because not really. There was only one they made.
As far as I know, there's only one. I
There
think.
was only one.
I mean, I know he had a blue one in.
Well, I didn't like that
Winter
the
Soldier.
original one with you can't throw that. But
No. I mean, like he had one that looked like the regular shield, except instead of it being red, it was blue.
yeah,
I don't know if that was a totally separate shield or if that was just a normal one painted or something.
I don't know. But
I mean,
timelines.
you know what probably happened? Some point in the future when he was interacting with people, he went to Stark and he was like, "Hey, can you fix this?" And Stark was like, "What the fuck did you do to it?" Like, what?
Yeah. Secret Wars 2023, people, basically. But I got to tell you right now, after I saw the movie, I started watching YouTube videos a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because all the stuff that I thought of, they were talking about, and I'm like, oh, of course, everybody's talking about the same shit.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I don't know why everybody makes it like, oh, Tony Stark's story, that's the way it ends. That's the way he started this way. No, why would that be? Why would death be a proper ending? Like, that's not the culmination of his story. That's bullshit. This is comic books. This is comic books. This is bullshit. This ain't like goddamn fucking novel. Like, you're a father. You don't want to fucking be dead. You want to be alive for your kid. There's no fucking way he would allow that to happen. Get your head out of your ass and think for a second as a parent and think as Tony Stark. There's no fucking way. Fuck that. You could rest on my ass. Pepper Potts is having a hot goddamn medical team. He's on fucking ice, and they're trying to bring him back. Just like in the comics.
Before I saw the movie, I was kind of against the idea of Stark returning somehow, but
no.
Honestly, seeing the way that hologram moved, I'm telling you,
he's alive. That's bullshit.
He's alive.
Listen, the only person that's gonna stay fucking dead is Yondu. But every fucking body is coming back. Well, reception of Quicksilver too, but they're coming back. Bullshit. Let me tell you something. In the comics, there was a whole bunch of times that he almost died, right? Mm-hmm. There was a time Pepper Potts put him on fucking ice. Or he put himself on ice. Like this, he fucking Rhodey didn't even know he was alive again. Like rebuilt every he's a goddamn trillionaire, whatever. There's no way in hell that Pepper Potts is going to not try to bring her husband back. There's no fucking way. No way. They may make it like that for everybody so they don't see what the fuck's going on, but she's bringing it back. He's coming back. There's no way. And don't make it like you have to have it that way. That sucks. That's not how you have to have it. No way. You still have to have, like in the comic, the biggest thing was Iron Man 2020. That was the biggest fucking thing, right? And they never did the Mandarin right now. No, you ain't doing that shit. Because at the end, right? Didn't you hear the thing from when he was building the armor with the Marvel logo?
I did, yeah.
That's him. Like building the fucking armor. He's not fucking dead at all. Black Widow isn't dead. That's bullshit. Soul Gem destroyed. Even though she went in the past, she was in there with Gamora. They're out. They're out of there. They're out. The only way they could be free is if that effing thing was destroyed. They're out. So the only problem we're gonna have once they're gonna bring back Black Widow, they're gonna bring back Gamora. The only problem we're gonna have over all these things, explanations, right? The only problem we're gonna have is how the fucking Captain America thing makes sense, and the Loki thing. Otherwise, the Loki thing is Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That's Secret Wars. I'm sorry. That's Secret Wars. There's no way. She said it's going to upset the cosmic balance. The universes are going to merge together. There's going to be some weird shit going on. So, And you know what, though? I really hope. I think Sony's not going to fucking mention it at all. And I think that's going to be a problem. They're going to make it like everything's okay. And what they're going to start doing is they're going to start doing Marvel movies, and they're not going to fucking make any reference to any of the shit about people disappearing for 5 years and appearing 5 years later. They're going to eventually make it like, don't pay attention to that, didn't happen. I'm telling you, there's no way that's going to stick, and there's no way they're going to ever reference it ever. Because, of course, they didn't realize it until once it was released, Chris, I think. And then they're like, fuck, we really fucked up. I'm telling you right now, Chris, you know how many videos people are making on this?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think they realized, oh, fuck. Because they are definitely watching these people, and they're like, oh, we got to fucking fix this shit. I'm telling you right now, there's no way. They're either going to ignore the shit out of it, which is a bad way to do things, okay? Or they're going to fix it. And the way they think they'll fix it is, let's have a movie, Secret Wars, or whatever, I don't know. It was great, though. It was excellent. It wasn't like when I saw Prometheus, but I was like, what?
Oh, yeah.
Remember, did I like it? Yeah, I really liked it. Did I understand it? Not really. But okay, yeah. I was like, oh, shit. I don't know.
All I gotta say, though, Ant-Man saved the universe.
Fucking go, Ant-Man. There's your fucking Ant-Man 3, bro. Use Ant-Man to explain everything now. Let me tell you something. Ant-Man is a definite thing. Ant-Man 3. There was something else I thought right away because of this movie. That was going to be a definite thing, too. Forgot what it was. Damn it. It will come to me. It was like
you know what I was expecting? I know it would have been stupid. It wouldn't have made any sense, but it would have been friggin' hilarious.
Right.
You know when Ant-Man's like, oh, don't worry, we have another time machine. And he hit the car and it made the noise. I thought those three were going to be driving that van through the battlefield.
Yes.
I was like, what?
I was waiting for them. I didn't know why they didn't appear.
I was waiting.
No, wait, Natalie Portman was actually in there, right?
I know, yeah.
I was like, oh, shit. There's your Thor.
Mm-hmm.
That hammer's coming back, too. That you watch. The hammer's going to be I don't like... Okay, let me just say the things I didn't like about Endgame. And again, don't jump to conclusions. It's an excellent movie, right? But there was certain things I don't like. I don't like Professor Hulk. And I don't like Beer Belly Thor. And I didn't like that the gods of Asgard look like longshoremen fishermen. That got caught fish. It was like the biggest catch on a reality show. That like the guy that's got like a beard and with the hats. Yeah, that guy's god of this and god of that. There's Asgard. I kind of looked at this and I'm like, did somebody fuck up? Because like they look like normal people. It's like you not having the budget and you going to the shelter and say, hey, listen, you're all gods of Asgard. Just say you're gods of Asgard, but grab some fish. Because I was like, I was just looking at this and I'm like, they didn't look like gods. They didn't resemble gods. They just, all of a sudden, for 5 years, they just look like regular people. And then this whole thing about her becoming Queen of Asgard. Queen of what?
Yeah, really.
Like Maxwell House cooking coffee and go fishing? Like what is that? Queen of what? Like those for a second there I thought that maybe Loki did an enchantment and all those gods just thought they were people.
Why do you think Thor left? He looked back after the battle. He was like, this guy sucks. I'm getting out of here. Like,
he didn't even make good beer. He's like, fuck it. I'm like, wow, let me tell you something. You don't want Thor's book to be closed like that. That shit sucks.
No, he's gonna be in Guardians of the Galaxy 3 now.
As Guardians of the Galaxy. How funny is that? Like they did.
Crazy.
You know what? They read comics. That's why they did some jokes about the current comics and different things. They did. As Guardians of the Galaxy, they knew about that too. So that was hysterical. So yeah, I didn't like Professor Thor, and I didn't like Beer Belly Thor. And Professor Hulk and Beer Belly Thor. I didn't like that. But I'm glad we had clean shaven Captain America. Because thank God. Thank fucking God. I mean, and I'm glad she dyed her hair too, because I was going crazy. I hated the hard blonde hair. Black Widow.
I don't even think she dyed it. I think it just kind of, she let it grow out naturally, and it was, because there was still some blonde in it though.
5 years later? You would think 5 years later it wouldn't even show that way though. It would be a year and then No, I don't know what she did. She couldn't, but still. She's a leader. She's a leader. That's it. And all the women are like, yeah, you're the leader.
Oh, yeah.
You're the leader.
I just gotta know. I gotta know how they're gonna go into Far From Home and stuff is just gonna be okay. Like,
there's no way Aunt May doesn't age 5 years. That's all that shit was bullshit. They're gonna say she's zapped out too. There's no way.
She should be like, honestly, she should be like super like traumatized because she lost Ben. And then Peter died, and then he comes back.
Well, here's the thing.
Like,
they don't even fucking mention Uncle Ben, so let's not even really... We'll get into that when the time comes, because we don't even know Uncle Ben of this reality if he was anything. So I don't even know. They don't even talk about him. There's no fucking great power, great responsibility shit. Let's not even go there yet. We got.
I'm telling you, they're gonna be like he was a Hydra agent. I'm telling you.
Look what they do to Iron Man. Oh, you were adopted. Your dad was Hydra, and your mom was a rock star.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Well, did you notice something funny? Did you notice that when he's talking to his father, and his father said his wife is expecting, he was looking at him like that can't be?
Oh, yeah, because he said, how far along is she? And he was like, wait, what?
He's like, that can't be. That's not me. Like, he was like, there's no... Like, he was looking like... Something's wrong with the timeline. That's Arno Stark.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. I caught that. I'm like, listen, that was not a mistake. He said, what do you mean she's pregnant? Like that can't be. Like, he knows when he was born, and that's not around the fucking time he was born. So I'm telling you, that is... Iron Man, he's taking a little... year or two off. He's back. He's back. Because you know what's going to happen? They're going to try to do a year without any of these guys. And they're going to like, oh, this shit sucks. We got him back.
Well, what about Shang-Chi, man? He's going to be great.
Shang-Chi! Can't fucking wait for that shit. Too long, baby.
He's going to be like, Galactus, you want to fight? And they're going to have like a fist fight. And yeah.
Fucking $100 million worldwide. Shang-Chi. Well, look at the news today. This is the thing. They want to pass torches lately. They're like, they obviously really want Mark Ruffalo out, like totally, because they're doing a series where it's gonna be the Hulk and the She-Hulk. But I guess he's going to give his cousin a transfusion, and then it's really going to be a She-Hulk show on Disney Plus. And then the Hawkeye thing is about him training Kate Bishop, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Like so they're just moving him out. Like they're trying to get out. We got new guys. Get out. Only Black Panther is just there. You know.
Black Panther's like, fuck this. I'm going home.
He's like, I'm Black Panther. I'm back. I'm like, thanks, man. I see you. He came in, right? He came in with like two people that, right? I'm like, oh shit.
Well, that's another thing. Who was the Black Panther for those 5 years?
Fucking Michonne and shit.
No, but she was wearing her normal stuff.
I have no idea.
So who was it? I thought it was going to be M'Baku.
Killmonger?
But I don't know. They never said who. Maybe they were kingless for 5 years.
Yeah, but isn't there a thing you can't, like, remember how his father died and he leaped over the fucking table to get the ring? Like they had to put it on?
Yeah.
So how could there not be a Black Panther? That was the whole thing.
I thought they were going to be like, oh, M'Baku is the new Black Panther, but then he was there at the end and he wasn't the Black Panther. So I was
like if the Black Panther's blood is gushing out, and it's like the first thing is they run to take the ring, and then save him because that was the thing. Remember his dad was dying.
Yeah.
First thing was he was told grab the fucking ring. That was the culture. That's not disrespectful. It's just like shit. Family legacy. We'll save you. Just give me the fucking ring. It's like, okay. You know, I got the ring. Now let's go save you. It's like, okay. Damn. This is like some fucked up batter that you gotta like. It's in a good way, I guess. Talking about it for the next fucking 5 months. Create a new timeline. King Ghidorah is not the fucking main threat. I don't know what happened. No,
man.
Shit. I'm telling you right now, if I saw the Ancient One alive and like they have a thing where Doctor Strange has to find Loki because the timeline's fucked up, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember he was fucking with him, throwing him, made him fall for like fucking 5 hours or 10 hours, whatever it was in the spell. Yeah, no. Nah, definitely. There's some fucked up shit in this whole continuity thing now.
I just want to see Loki, the one that escaped in Endgame. He somehow sees what happened to him in like the regular timeline where he gets his throat crushed by Thanos.
Yeah.
And he's just like, look at that Joker.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I want all Loki, not alternate reality Loki. You know? Which is technically all Loki, just not all the stuff that followed, but still, I don't know. Well, not really, because that's another thing that bothered me too. I was talking to Joe about it, right? Why the fuck is he going after Gamora? That's not his Gamora.
But Joe, he's in love with her.
But that's like, listen. Okay, that's like you're in love with a glazed donut. You eat it, and let me go eat another glazed donut. There's like a million fucking Gamoras in a million fucking multiverses, right? So if she dies, let's just go take a trip in the quantum realm and get another one?
I mean...
That's not right. I'm sorry. I never liked the clone shit storylines that they do either. And I shake my head like the Lizard's family's fucking dead and they cloned the whole family for him. So it's like clone son, clone wife, and clone... I'm like, what? And politically correct, we should accept them as real and bullshit. I'm like, whatever. No, that's not his Gamora. She don't fucking know him. This is not like Data from fucking Next Generation. He fucking dies, and then his consciousness gets uploaded in B4 or whatever the fuck it is, and then he starts singing like Data, and the personality is going to take over the robot. Like, that Gamora is not going to take over that Gamora. That Gamora doesn't have any connection to the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, what would be the purpose of finding her? She doesn't know shit. She doesn't know you. None of that shit.
It's gonna be the thing where it's like you were meant to be together and they fall back in love.
But that's like cheating. That's not her.
But I know, but like that's what they're gonna do. Like that's
Holy
the thing.
shit. Holy shit.
That's the thing. That's what they're gonna do because what else can they do? I mean,
yeah, I hope that happens. And then the fucking real Gamora shows up because the Soul Stone's destroyed. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because, listen, I'm sorry. Soul Stone destroyed. Souls out. Makes sense.
or it could be worse. It could be Soul Stone destroyed, Souls destroyed.
No. Soul Stone's out.
They never established any rules for this, so I mean...
That's the rule.
Hey,
That's the rule.
know.
That's the rule. Red Skull's out too.
Red Skull's sitting up there like, what do I do now?
No, he's got to be fucking coming. See, now they fucked him up.
How does he get off that planet?
Why is he talking? Can I ask you a question? Why is he talking to her with his Nazi fucking, like with his fucking German act, a little bit like the Black Widow knows who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
Like, did she fight him?
No.
So how the fuck does she know who he is? They
I
still
don't
didn't
think she
know.
does.
They still didn't know who he is.
I don't think they knew. No.
That's like the Ant-Man wanting to sign autographs. They didn't know who the fuck he was.
Well, I
Like-
mean, that makes sense because if you think about his movies, I mean, nobody's ever
No,
seen
but the
his
Red
face.
Skull, like nobody knows who the fuck you are, dude, except us.
Right,
But like
right,
they don't
they
know.
didn't know.
But like, what do you think's gonna get you off talking like that? They don't know who you are. You're talking like they might think it's familiar or some shit.
I just think he was talking like that because that's the way he talks. I don't think.
No,
he was trying
I think he's. I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but all right.
I really think that he's, for now, he was just relegated to the Guardian of the Soul Stone. But I mean,
All I know is they didn't put the gem back. Universe is cracked. Silence will fall. Pandora opens. That's. You gotta put the gems back. She fucking said that. Does anybody understand? Stop doing common fucking core math, right? This is what they're doing. They're like 6 gems. Put 6 back. No, you gotta do 7 because you fucked up. So you gotta get that gem.
We're gonna blame. You know, we have to blame Tony Stark because he made the Hulk take.
He fucked it up.
He made the Hulk take the stairs, and now the universe is doomed.
Yeah, but I was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, it was cool seeing that extra shit. But I was like, what the fuck is this? This is like comedy. And Captain America, and then he goes in the elevator again. I think he's gonna fuck them up again. But they did the thing on the comic, Hail Hydra. I'm like, oh, that shit's great. I fucking love that shit. That was great.
Let me tell you something. When I saw that scene, I immediately thought of you, and I thought you were gonna be in the theater like, what the fuck?
No, I just laughed. I'm like, oh shit. Everybody laughed when he said that. They knew what the fuck was going on in the comics.
Yeah.
It was like, oh shit. I don't think there was any part in here that I said, what the fuck. I wasn't mad at anything.
What about the instant kill mode for Spider-Man?
I don't even know what that was. That was that. It happened so fast. I was like, come on.
When I saw that, I was like, uh-oh.
Hey,
you know what,
coming
though?
out? What?
Thank God. This is one of the only movies where that damn parachute didn't show up.
Thank God is right. Jesus Christ.
That's all I would have needed, is that damn parachute to come out and be like, you know what?
I don't understand. One thing I don't understand, too. The Valkyrie looks like a longshoreman fucking fisherman. Then she gets dressed up to be the Valkyrie on a fucking horse. And then you go back to being a fucking fisherman again. Queen of fucking the fish. Fucking Asgard. Reminds me of that coffee commercial.
I'm glad that you said fisherman because this made me think of something that I heard. Somebody made a really good point where they were like, hey, you remember that one part where Denai Guerrera's character, Michonne, she told Black Widow that there was an earthquake in the sub-African plate?
Right.
And they were like, that's Namor!
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, really?
No, but the best is, she's like, what are you doing about it? It's like, nothing. It's an earthquake.
We deal with it by not dealing with it. I was like,
it's an earthquake. Right. What the fuck are you going to do? You going to yell at it? Stop? It's like if it rains, what are you going to do? Nothing. Just there. Okay. That was funny. I thought that was funny. But it was like some of these people, they threw in there like the comic book money shot page, like all the women together, like just for that one scene. You got us. It's like, wow. You know what I'm saying? It was like, come on. It was, and then some of the people were just thrown in there. Didn't his sister start like leaping around and shit? Black Panther.
Oh yeah. She had her like.
Did she say one line?
No, but she had her Sonic Panther.
Right, she had a fucking man. Fucking blast people with my fucking.
She was probably like, "What the hell am I doing here?" Like,
right, like they're all 5 years, and then wasn't it funny? Like Peter Parker's like, "Yeah, I was feeling sick." Then it was like Doctor Strange's like, "We got to go 5 years ahead." Like, where were they? Were they?
They were on Titan.
They were in the Soul Stone?
No, they were on Titan.
When they got vanished.
Yeah.
Where did they go?
They died.
But Doctor Strange was telling them that they got to go, like, they were all on Titan when they died?
No. He said they brought.
I know Doctor
back.
Strange and Spider-Man. Okay, so he was on Titan. He's at.
They brought everybody back. They brought everybody back in the exact place that they were when they vanished.
Right.
So the Guardians that were left, Strange and Spider-Man, were still on Titan.
Right.
Doctor Strange knew all of this was going to happen. That's why he told Peter, "It's been 5 years. We got to go help them."
Right.
Because he knew. He knew that this is.
But then who made the comment to him?
What he saw was.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Basically, what he saw was all the events. He saw the time travel. He saw the battle, and he knew when they were going to come back. So that's why he was like, "It's been 5 years. Let's go get everybody and go help them."
Yeah, who made the comment to him and like it wasn't enough people, and he looked at them like weird.
He talked to Wong. He was like, "Is this everybody?" And Wong said, "What? You wanted more?"
Right. Was there anybody that was left out?
Other than Vision and Black Widow, no.
Yeah. Okay.
I guess Nick Fury, but I mean,
Well, he was at the funeral with Peter Parker.
He was in the middle of the street, like, what the hell?
But he was in the funeral, and Peter Parker was there too. But okay, didn't meet him there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's weird. Yet they meet each other and far from home with their.
I gotta tell you,
they were like 5 feet from each other.
When the movie started, and Captain Marvel saved them, I was like, "Oh, here we go!" I was like, "Here we go. This is it. This is gonna be her movie." And then she like disappeared, and I was like, "This is great."
That was great that she wasn't the main shit. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I honestly think if they did do another Captain Marvel, they're gonna change their whole thing and not make it that she's the fucking main shit of everything. Because the backlash that they got was fucking unbelievable. It's not sticking like that. She's not the face of the MCU. There's no way. People they want Black Widow. They want the Wasp. They want all these women. Yes, she's cool, but not the face of the MCU, though. She took orders from fucking Black Widow. Black Widow is a shit. She needs to be alive. Yep. She needs to be whatever. That's it. I'm sorry. That was great. Even though it was like, it was nuts that all the women together, I still liked it anyway. It was cool. Oh man, Chris, we're gonna be talking about this for fucking days.
Forever.
I'm glad to be back doing podcasts though. I was trying to do my books and stay away from the thing until I saw it, and I'm like, a lot of people, they were very respectful. Thank you for not spoiling it for me, and please understand and don't take nothing personally. It just, it meant a lot for me to see Endgame, and thank you for not spoiling it. And for the one or two that tried, well, something special is going to happen soon anyway. Anyway, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
All right, dude. We'll be back after dinner. Take care. Bye for now.